too much fun.
Chatting away.
We love this album so much, we had to tell you about it. It's super cool. How did it all come about?
Well, Jimmy and I have known each other for some time now. We actually met in a pottery class, would you believe? No.
Incredibly.
No.
That's not what I'd call it.
It came about... I went and saw Jimmy Barnes play with the Stray Cats in 1990. And I handed him a tape, and
He was two.
It took 33 years for him to give me a call back. But the thing that sort of cemented our friendship, I think, was a love for this kind of music, 50s rockabilly stuff. And we always said, one day we should make a record. We've been saying this for a long time, and you were having the same conversations with Slim Jim.
Slim Jim went from that 1990 gig when they came out and toured with us. Him and I hit it off straight away. We've been talking about making a rockabilly record, and then when we started saying the same thing, we thought we've got to get Slim Jim. Yeah. So the original idea was sort of a trio, wasn't it? With me singing, by the way. So it's not really a trio. It doesn't work out. Anyway, but the idea was to do that. But as we started selecting material, we realised, Kevin Shirley, the producer who put this all together, which was an amazing feat in itself, said, why don't we get a piano player? And we go, oh, do you know any? And he said, Jules Horn. Okay, he's just one of the best, yeah, sure. And then there was we went on, we're selecting more tracks, and we decided we're going to do a Bill Haley song. And, that Bill Haley song was so driven by the sax, and we thought, we need a sax player too. Yeah. So we ended up, it became a lot bigger than we thought.
What is it about the rockabilly genre specifically? Because I feel like it's not as much in the forefront, especially 50s style rockabilly.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's kind of ground zero. It's the first kind of music that I got into. The Living End was a rockabilly covers band, basically, so we didn't really fit into Wheelers Hill at all when we were growing up. But it's just the music that I fell in love with. And then when we struck up a friendship, it just so happened to be that it's what Jimmy liked as well. But it's such energetic. It's like an American art form. It's so energetic.
Really, it was like punk in its day. It was the rebellious genre of music.
It looks fun.
And it's a lot of fun.
It just looks like so much is going on.
Hillbillies, that's us.
Also, it never dies, right?
No,
like every time you hear it, you go, yes.
I love this. Yeah. And we've had a love of that music for a long time. And I go and see, Chris's band, Living End, they're just like, they're not really rockabilly anymore. They're more harder than that. But you can see those roots in everything they play, and obviously in everything he plays. And I wanted to do this record with him, so,
You're all from different corners of the globe.
Yes.
Have you ever actually been in a room together and performed?
No.
No.
Oh, wow.
We've never sat in the same room together.
This is the first time. Very nice to meet you, by the way. We literally haven't been in the same room, and it's one of those things where you'd think as a rockabilly band, you'd have to be in a garage, maybe a slab of beer in the corner, kids, drinking and playing hard rock.
The kids drinking?
When I say kids, I mean, we got comparatively, maybe 18.
Sorry.
So, no, but...
this is a very dark genre.
No, but it's sort of the technology, because we did this in isolation, and we did it sort of limited what we could do, and so it was sort of like going back 50 years as far as, when in those days when bands recorded, they had an hour, do your album and get out the studio, and the technology was really minimal. So we had to really just think about what we wanted to play and look at the song and enjoy the performance. We normally didn't know what it sounded like until it went right around the world and came back to us, and I go, oh, that worked. Wow. So it was really good.
Yeah, track by track. Every track that would come back, we'd go, that's good too. Then we just put 10 of them together and there it is.
How do you feel about playing it live, though? Because that's going to be a whole new thing.
It will, because we've got to get 4 of us in the same place.
Yeah.
Are you going to do that? Or because I know you've got gigs coming up. And
we've got Red Hot Summer Tour coming up, and By the Sea. And on the, Chris and I were talking about it. At some point, either I'm going to invade his stage or he's going to invade mine.
That happens every time.
Anyway. And give you a tip?
And we could...
You're playing Origin pretty soon.
Yes.
I mean, that would be a hell of a stage to invade.
There we are. All right, I'll tackle you. But we were talking about it at the back, and we figured it's sort of like skiffle, isn't it? This music, it's sort of like skiffle, and these acoustic guitar. We're looking for another guitar player. What are you up to, Wally?
Here we go.
I have to pick up on this. You've promised that I would play on your
Well,
next
this is
album
your big
for about
chance.
the last 10 years.
This is your big
and
chance.
I've never heard a call from you, Jimmy Barnes.
years.
No, you know what? I'm up for it.
You're up for it.
You
Okay,
let me-
we'll
let me
get
add
you.
it
We'll
up.
get you a pair of Beetle Crusher shoes and
All right.
stovepipes,
I'm
and you're
there.
in.
I'm there.
Bit of a change of pace. Every time we see you recently, it's unfortunately after some sad news.
Really, I know.
And your Simply the Best duet with Tina Turner was absolutely legendary. I mean,
That's the way I want to perform. I want to sing like that. And to fast forward to we did this song, Simply the Best. I went there and she was just phenomenal. The minute she opened her mouth, she was warm, she was gracious, she was nurturing. I was like terrified. and literally, I've told this story a couple of times on radio. They were going to, they were making the film clip, and the director said, "We're just going to pan across, and you and Tina be dancing." Anybody who's seen me dance, I dance like an elephant tied to a tree. And Tina must have seen the panicked look on my face because she leaned over quietly and whispered, "Stand still, honey, and I'll make you look good." And she almost did. You know? But it's a very sad news. But you know, she left a mark on this world that there's no singer like her.
But it's interesting hearing you talk about her as a vocalist. And I know, Chris, you're obviously a fantastic vocalist as well. I was actually thinking, listening to both those voices together, don't you think they're the same voice? Like hers is the female voice that is the equivalent.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
You guys gave each other a run for your money.
Well, I grew up, and when I was listening to the radio, I would sing along with girl singers, and Tina was the one that I liked best. And so when I got to sing with her, listen, I hate to say it, rugby league paid me a fortune. I would have done it for nothing. I would have paid them.
So they got ripped off.
It was just awesome, and it was literally a highlight of my career to sing with her.
Do you know the Nutbush though?
Well, no, the Madison, that's what they do, don't they? But they're jumping. They used to all do it at Largs Pier, and I'm going, what's wrong with these people? What are they doing?
Well, the Barnstormers' brand new album, here it is. It's
a good-looking album.
Yeah, it is, right?
You know what? This is. I'm so pleased to get this record out. It's a labour of love for us, and we're really happy to finally get this record out. It's going to be a record. Go and put it on the parties and start trouble. That's what we would do.
Where the kids are drinking.
Everywhere tomorrow. Thank you so much, Jimmy and Chris.
Thank you.